Hey, I'm Ian from Creeper, and these are my top culture shocks. We stopped at a truck stop the other day. We were just getting some food and big gallon Pepsis. That's a shock in itself. Like, those Pepsis are huge. Anyway, we keep drinking them. And we stopped, and an old lady came up to us. She must have been about 70, I reckon around 70. And she said, "Howdy, how are you guys doing?" And we were like, yeah. She was like, "You guys are English, hey?" I'm not going to do the accent. The accent's really bad. Then she was like, "You guys are English, right?" And I said, yeah. And she was like, "Oh, are you guys in a group?" And we were like, yeah, we are actually. And she goes, "Oh, Hank, get on over here." And she called on like both of her sons, and they came over and they were joining in the conversation. And it was really weird because in the UK, everybody tries so hard to avoid each other. And if somebody did that to me in the UK, I would think, this is weird. Why are they doing this? I would think there's something wrong with them, which is, I don't know. I kind of like it. I really like it. People just randomly talking to you. But then he started up a conversation about Brexit. And he was like, "You guys did a good job kicking out Europe." And I was like, "Oh, awkward." And then as soon as I told him that I voted to stay in Europe, he just left, just turned around and walked off. So, I mean, that's a polarizing conversation to start with, isn't it?
I think my biggest culture shock is the sizes are huge over here. Like, I got a pizza yesterday, and like, I love pizza. Pizza is like my life. And I couldn't finish it. I literally couldn't finish it. I was defeated, and it made me really sad. And it had so much cheese on it. I didn't know what to do with all of the cheese, and it had loads of spinach on it. Yeah, but it's good. Like, it's good because like the sizes, like we do tiny little water bottles at home, but here you can't get anything smaller than like a litre, and that's really good. I like that. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna eat too much pizza and turn into a pizza if I stay here for much longer.
Our tour manager accidentally locked our van keys in the van, so we were stuck at a services for a little bit. And while we were waiting, we were all kind of sitting around trying to keep hydrated and fresh and cool. And I decided to go in and buy an ice cream from this service station. And I just automatically went for a double scoop option. And back home, that would have been a really, really small, easy to eat ice cream, and this thing was huge. I think I got about halfway through it and started to feel real sick.
Like, I've been to America before, but I kind of forgot about the heat. You guys have a lot of heat, and we're 6 kids from the UK that wear black all the time, and if it goes past 10 degrees, everyone in the UK seems to panic. That's Celsius, by the way. And it's crazy. Like, I really enjoy being in the heat, but we're definitely not used to it, and we're still trying to, even a week into being here, we're still adapting. The culture part of it is that you guys handle the weather way better. That's probably the culture shot, is how well.
Yeah.
Like, we went to Warped Tour the other day, and everyone just had a smile on their face. Everyone had really, really good tank top tan marks. And I saw one guy who, I don't know how he managed it, but he had this section here of his hand was tanned, like burnt actually. It was like bright red, but nothing else of him was. So my theory is that all day he'd be doing this when bands are coming on, and gradually he'd done it so many times that the sun had burnt here, and because all this was just white still, I couldn't work it out.
Just how friendly people are. You can walk down the street and everyone will kind of want to talk to you.
Crossing the road, because it seems to be really tricky here. That is the biggest culture shock I've ever faced.
That's true.
I have no clue how it works. There's like hands that change colour, and then apparently like cars can still like drive and like cross paths of you while you're crossing the road. Yeah, they can turn right while you're walking. And
yeah, that's weird.
It's really like you're walking and then a car will just appear and you're like, and then it will stop and let you go.
There was one time, I think it was in Columbus, Ian, Sean and I went for a walk. We wanted to walk around the corner and find there was supposed to be this big park around the corner we wanted to go check out. So we walked around there and we didn't actually find it in the end. We got a little bit lost. But yeah, we walked past this older guy washing his car out with the hose. It looked kind of really like things that we would have seen in movies when we were kids, you know, like a kind of standard American scene of a guy walking outside with his hose, spraying his car down. A beautiful car. That's another thing. All the cars over here are really big and beautiful. This guy we were just kind of thinking, he's got a hose. I kind of want to jump around in that hose and this guy to spray us down because it's so hot. We didn't get that far, unfortunately. But, before we even spoke to him, he chimes in and asks us how we're doing and strikes up a conversation, and we stand with him for 5 minutes and just have a chat about how beautiful the weather is, and everyone's so welcoming and nice, and yeah, you don't really get that so much back home.
What I've noticed the most about being in the United States is it's quite a nice thing, really. It's just how friendly everyone is. We were in some truck stop. A little old lady in front of us called Nina, I remember her name, just turned around and just began speaking to us straight away. And I don't think that seems weird to every other American I've told that story to. But to me, it's very odd, because in the UK, everyone is just passive-aggressive all the time. And everyone's constantly just tolerating your existence. Everyone's putting up with you rather than embracing you. And this lady heard her accent and just asked us to start chatting. And we learned a lot about her. Her son was in the military, and she preferred a certain drink to another. She just spoke to us for I'm talking half an hour. So that was a culture shock for us, and it's been a really pleasant one. I think it's going to be something I'm going to try and take with me when I go back to the UK. Just trying to chat to strangers a bit more and kind of spread some love a little bit.